For some reason, I'm feeling like a love reading. I don't really do love readings because, I mean, it's collective. And when you think about it, there's way too many people. And sometimes you can probably get it screwed with another person's story, and you might think it applies to you and it really doesn't. And then you're just making decisions off of a collective reading. And that just doesn't seem very helpful. So I, hmm, I stray away from love readings as much as possible. But this is coming through heavy. It's coming through really, really heavy. And it feels like there is a couple. It's like a Romeo Juliet type of vibe, but evolved. Like, the original story of Romeo Juliet, it was, he was a scoundrel. He didn't really have much status, and she had all the status. And, of course, her family did not want her to be with him, and, the whole get down. And a lot of people feel like that story, I believe it's a Shakespearean story, was inspired by the story of Cleopatra and I believe it was Anthony or one of them, Julius Caesar, one of them. I don't care. I don't know. But, her taking her own life, out of grief that something happened to her man. I mean, if that's the story, that's the story. Okay, great. Um, but it's that energy of having or feeling that you need to sacrifice yourself in order for a partnership to, happen. Or if you can't have that person, then, no one can have them. I got to leave this earth type of energy. And then the final image that came through was the movie with Aaliyah and Jet Li, Romeo Must Die, in which, he was protecting her and, and all that. So I don't know why that came into mind, but it's definitely someone out there who's dealing with a situation in which somebody, whether it's you or your partner or the person who you're interested in, their family or your family doesn't feel like they are a good fit. They don't feel like they are worthy of being in a relationship with you. It may be a social economics type of situation in which their social status or the money that they come from is not big enough, or they may come from poverty or whatever the case may be. And so there's judgment happening on either or both sides. There also might be something dealing with a racial discrimination, or some type of bias. Like, you might be in the same sex type of relationship and your family is heavily religious and they don't like that, and so they're giving you a hard time. Or maybe your partner is not of the same ethnicity as you, and your family is homophobic, and or somebody is dealing with a homophobic situation. I don't know, because I was about to say something more along the lines of like racialized, and that homophobic came out. So somebody's dealing with a situation in which their family may not be accepting of their um, preference, their sexual orientation, and it's bothering them a lot in this situation. And for others of you, it may be just simply a racialized situation in which you have racist people in your family. And it made me think of it's an interview with Shay Shay and one of the Wayans brothers, the young one. And he was saying how his father didn't want him going to a particular school because he felt like the school would turn him gay. And his big brother, I forgot which one it was, um, the bald one. I think they're all bald at this point. But the oldest one, he was like, basically checked his dad and stood up for his brother and was like, no, he's going to that school. Just because you have a problem with it or you're homophobic doesn't mean you're going to stop him from doing what he wants to do in his life. And so he ended up going to that school after he stood up to his father. So that might be a situation here in which you're having to stand up against a system, stand up against a patriarchal system in which whatever you're doing is going against that norm. And you're doing it for love. You're doing it so that you can be with the person that you want to be with. You're doing it, for the right reasons. You have integrity. You're speaking up. You're speaking your truth, and you're standing in that truth. And that's powerful. Whoever you are out there, that is extremely, extremely powerful. But this relationship, it's tough. There might be a death involved, and not just like a physical, like leaving this earth type of death, but like a transformation that is happening for you, where certain people you had to realize that. Two of Cups, you had to realize that certain people have to leave your presence. Certain people have to go. You don't need them around. If anything, they are stopping you from doing what truly sets your heart ablaze and on fire and you're passionate about, and the things that you truly love. These certain individuals, they're being highlighted right now so that you can notice them and that you can X them out of your life. And for some of you, it might not be as extreme as cutting them completely off, going no contact, and leaving it at that. For some of you, it might just simply be you need to create boundaries and hold them at a distance. But it's definitely a love situation. It may be a friendship turn to love type of situation. But somebody is really, really going through it. I'm seeing like sores on the body, rashes on the body, bumps on the body. Something on the skin that normally wouldn't be there is there because they're stressed out, they're nervous, they're going through something, right? And it's got them, and it's involving around the family. And how are they going to explain this? How are they going to bring this information, this news, this truth to them? You or they already know it's going to be a huge tower moment. It's going to be one of those moments in which you're going to be tested. Your faith and your strength is going to be tested. You may feel like you're not going to get any um, justice out of the situation, in the sense that it's not going to go fairly for you, and that might be the truth. It might not go as you thought it would go, but that's okay. You have to continue being determined. King of Wands, you have to continue being determined to reach whatever goal, to throw away whatever needs to be thrown away in order to go towards your true life fulfillment. And what really truly makes you happy is turning your back on deceitful people who have only been around to hurt you. It's Three of Cups. Friends that have been no good for you. And what fell was this, the Seven of Swords. Betrayal. Friends who betrayed you, right? Who left you high and dry, who offered you nothing good. You were always giving, giving, giving your energy, your time, your love, your affection, your good advice, just your presence alone. And they returned it. They didn't return anything to you. They kind of just left you high and dry. So it's time for you to leave those types of people. They don't give you any type of rest or peace when you're around them. It's always conflict. It's always problems when they are around or when you're in their presence. It used to be fun. Y'all used to enjoy being around each other, but now you're seeing that they really don't have anything good to offer you. So it's getting rid of those types of people, deceitful, snaky types of people who offer you nothing good in return. You may have lost the person that you really enjoy being around, the person that you love, the person that you wanted to be with, because you chose your friends and what other people think over what you want. So whatever the other people, society tells you, this is how it's supposed to be. This is what you're supposed to do. This is how you're supposed to act. This is who you're supposed to love. You accepted that, or the other person accepted that. Somebody in this situation accepted that as, okay, this is how it has to be. And you ended up losing out. because of that. You thought it would be better with whatever group it was that, was persuading you. Kind of like they had mind control over you a little bit. Like, possibly money. Money could have been a determining factor over why you chose this particular group over someone who actually had love for you, real love for you. Queen of Pentacles. Or chose a woman who had though. Queen of Wands. She possibly looked the way that you wanted her to look, or that society told you that, she needs to look. And, you thought she got the money, she's got the looks. It's a good investment. Like, this is actually going to be a good investment. It's going to turn out exactly how I'm supposed, it's give and take, all this stuff. Then you probably realize, damn, this is a lot more work than I thought it was going to be, because she needs work or he needs work. They're not quite where they're supposed to be in life. Or, they require a lot of me. If you're the masculine energy in this situation, this new feminine that you may have gotten acquainted with or started a relationship with it may have just been about sex. That may have been the only reason why you guys really came together. And trauma bonding type of situation where you're sharing your trauma with one another, and you think you're bonding on something, on a solid foundation, but in reality it's not solid at all. In fact, you might even be thinking about dipping out and leaving this situation. Some information is going to come in, some hidden information is going to come in, and you're going to feel at a loss. But it's going to give you good information. It's going to, if you choose the right path and you do what you know is right, you're going to get recognition for what you did, for making the right choice, for holding the establishment responsible. Making them take accountability for their messed up way of thinking. You might end up with that person. You might be able to start fresh and start anew, or maybe that's a hope that after you do what's right and you correct all these wrongs, that you guys will come back together, that you'll be able to save this relationship. But I don't really see that happening from these. Yeah, I think this is more just for you. If you're the person who has to stand up and say the truth and stand up to this organization, you're going to have, you're going to set your path straight. You're going to be back in alignment, and that karmic debt will be paid. It does not mean that everything is going to go back to normal and how you want it to go back to. Most likely this other person is that, you kind of sacrificed, through to the wolves so that you could have whatever it is you thought you were going to have on the other side. You didn't really get that. It actually was, some shitty turf on the other side. It wasn't beautiful, lush grass. So you're going to go back to the other side. Yeah, it's going to be nice and stuff, but you're not going to have the full range that you thought you were going to have when you went back. It's kind of like, oh, welcome back. You only get to stay in this square footage of the whole field. Everybody else gets full range of the entire field, but you still got to learn your lesson, or you still have to pay your debt type of situation. We'll let you back on this other side, but we're watching you. You're limited for a time until you can show that you actually have transformed your thinking in the way that you think, and you're only going to be able to show that through your actions. That's the only way you're going to be able to show that. Whew. That was a lot. Yeah, karma is coming. Karma is coming. I'm seeing 305 on the timer. Karma is coming. If not for you, then for the person who did this to you. 7 of Wands. You're going to be on the defense, or you're going to have to defend your actions. Either way it goes, you're going to have to defend your actions, or keep those boundaries set. There's a lot of things that was done in the hidden of the, just in secret. And It's going to be exposed. It's going to be kind of stressful. It's going to be kind of stressful. But at the end of it, you're going to have to choose a path and take it. And just know that you chose the right path. Lots of stress. Lots of stress. This tower is going to come in and really, maybe you're stressing over the tower. Maybe you're stressing that once the tower comes in, you're going to lose everything that you've worked so hard for. You're going to be back at the beginning again, where you got to start all over. That might be a stress of yours. That might be a stress of the other person. If this is not you who's stressing and it's the other person who's stressing. Yeah, you're going to feel like, once again, slow movement. Maybe that's the karma for the person who did this to you. If you're not the person on the other side, is that things are going to be slow moving. They're going to be penny pinching. Everything that they once found joy and happiness in, they're going to lose it. Damn. Everything they wanted for you, it's going to happen to them while you are sailing away. You are at peace. No more struggle, no more strife, no more arguments. You are off to something new and you're feeling good. You're taking control over your life. You're taking control over your world. And you're realizing the people who were there for you and who were not there for you. And you're making decisions to cut these people out. You are no longer blind to the things that are going on around you. It's family, work, and friends. Family, work, and friends. There may be a fire sign involved in this situation, but messages will be coming in soon. Be patient, okay? Keep it patient, keep it cute. All your hopes, wishes, and dreams and desires are coming to pass. Just be patient. I'm dropping cards. It's okay. And just be patient and don't try to hold on to things that do not need to be held on to. Let them go so that you can step into your newness, okay? Yes. That tower is going to rock a lot of people's worlds. Hopefully you're on the side where it's no stress. Hopefully you're on the side where you can feel good about all the things that you've done and know that all the things that have happened to you, Spirit took notice, okay? Spirit wasn't, sleeping on the clock. Spirit took notice. The divine took notice, and the divine ain't playing with these people because they did somebody wrong. They did somebody wrong, and they didn't deserve it. What happened to you was not justified. It was unfair, and therefore, they gonna have to answer. It's just what it is. If you do something wrong, I don't care if you are an angel of God, you can be forgiven. The Almighty could have mercy on you. But it does not mean that all of a sudden you don't have any debt to repay, that you don't have to right your wrongs. That's for all of us, even the children of God. We have to right our wrongs. If we do something that we know is not pleasing unto God, the Most High, the all in one and one of all, you're going to have to do something. The rest of the movie, I haven't even seen the movie yet. My brother was telling me about it. It was the new movie that Johnny Depp has out. And he was like, it was one scene where I guess like the Godfather, whoever, was like talking to another dude, a young henchman, whatever, and was like, "No, you owe me. You owe me. No, you owe me." Like, like he kept saying it like, I'm not gonna tell you how you gonna pay me back, but just know you owe me. If it's not with your life, then you're gonna have to do some deeds. And see, the good thing about the Most High is not only is he merciful and graceful, but he allows us to repay our debt by doing good things, right? It's beautiful. I believe I deserve to feel good. When I connect to the spiritual realm, I open the door to divine guidance, clear direction, and great wisdom. So it's time for some people to connect. It's time for some people to take a vacation. Go do something that makes you feel good because you went through a storm. You went through a dark, dark time of your life in which you really had to trust into your intuition. Whoever this lover is, or ex-lover, or would have been lover, they don't deserve you if they weren't strong enough in that moment to say, no, I'm going to do what I know is right. I'm going to stand up for this person because I know they're a good person. And because they didn't do what they were supposed to do, they can't walk with you through that door. And your intuition is telling you that. So if you're like, stay trying to be with this person, or if they come back to you talking about, forgive me, I didn't know what I was doing, blah, 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 that might all be true. Okay? Forgive them. Forgive them. That makes your heart lighter. It's releasing that shit. All right? I forgive you. But you can't come over here, bruh. Like, we can't be together. I don't even really want to be your friend because I can't trust you. And it's going to take a lot of work for you to build that trust back. In the meantime, you can't be in my inner circle. It's not happening. You can go somewhere else. I still forgive you, though. Just know that. But some people just cannot come back into your inner circle. Some people can't even be in your outer ring. Okay? They need to, like, I don't know, get ghost or something. Like, what planet has rings but we can't see them? They need to be like that. Far, far away. I can't see you. I know you there. I know you there. But I can't see you, out of sight, out of mind. Because you don't deserve to be in my presence. Know how holy and sacred your presence is. Like, yeah. On the bottom, I treat others with kindness while establishing clear boundaries to protect my good feeling emotions. Set those boundaries. Do not let these people back into your world. Don't do that. Set those boundaries so that you can have peace and happiness. You see how beautiful and peaceful those colors are? That's what God, the Most High, your divine spirit teams, and all your loved ones in heaven want you to have. They want you to have these beautiful colors of peace in your life, happiness, joy, rest. They don't want you to feel like you're going through the dark night of the soul every single day, like you had to feel when you were dealing with that other person, whoever that person is. They do not deserve you. Create those boundaries, baby. Create those boundaries. When I live according to the guidance of my soul, I can let go of all my worries and fears because I know that everything is the best arrangement. The best arrangement. Heavenly guidance. Don't worry about the future. I know everything will be fine when I stay in tune with the present moment. If you're watching readings because you're trying to figure out what's going to happen, how is it going to all turn out, all these things, stop. Just stop. Don't do that. Be in the present moment. Okay? Really, you shouldn't be watching readings all the time like that. It's not healthy. It's not. That means you're not sitting with yourself and your own intuition. And that includes going to the cards to try to get information. Like, don't do that. Sit outside in nature or by the ocean or just wherever. Sit somewhere where there's not hella people around, whatever. There's not hella distractions. Put some calming music in your ear if you have to. But if you're in nature, listen to the nature. Because the birds will tell you a story. The squirrels rustling around in the leaves will tell you a story. The cat that mysteriously appeared out of nowhere and, be like, do you belong to somebody? No, you astray? I don't know. They will tell you a story. Listen. Receive the guidance from your team. Okay? Because your team is like, look, okay, we can use these readings to get you information and messages, but damn, can you just sit still for a second so we can talk to you real quick? We ain't got to do all that extra shit. I don't like middlemen. My spirit team knows I don't like middlemen. So we're not going to play the middleman thing. I need to hear directly from you. What is it? What do I need to do? That's what you got to do. Connect with your spirit guides. Connect with your ancestors. They have so much to tell you. Every time I choose to align my spirit, the guidance of the highest truth appears to me. And I feel like I should end with that. Connect so that you can be guided. All right? And I think that's it. Stay away from this person, whoever they are. Don't let them back in your life. It's not even worth it. Let them ask for forgiveness. Give them forgiveness. But walk away. Walk away. Because, see, there's a difference. If you think about the 3 stories I was talking about in the beginning of the reading, the Cleopatra story, the Romeo Juliet story, and the movie that Aaliyah was in, Romeo Must Die. Cleopatra and other homeboy, they had their own issues. She didn't even have to do all that, really, honestly. She really did that, honestly, because she was probably trying to evade the consequences of all the messed up stuff they were doing politically wise. But we won't get into all that. Romeo and Juliet, that's some silly teenage stuff. Don't be over here taking your life just because you can't be with the one you want to be with. No, we're not doing that. But the Romeo Must Die one, that's the one that really, really, really sticks out. Because he didn't want her. She didn't want him. In fact, their love grew because of the experiences they had together. He never left her side. He was there to protect her. And in turn, she actually offered him like a love and a caring that he probably hadn't felt in a while. So they both weren't looking for each other. It just so happened that they were meant for each other. And through time, love grew organically, naturally, beautifully. So that's what you need to allow to happen in your life. If you're looking for love, stop looking. If you are a princess, okay, you deal and you exist within the feminine energy heavily, you're a princess, let your man come find you. Don't be out there looking for it. Don't be out there thinking about it. Like, leave the brain and only focus on you and what you need to be doing in your life. Trust me, he's coming. He gonna come, swoop you up, and treat you like a queen. Okay? And for the men, the princes out there, okay? Don't be caught up in your ego or your pride. Okay? Humble yourself, but still have courage. Speak up. Let that one who you like a lot, let them know how you feel. And then see how it blossoms from there. It could be a friendship. It just could be. And that's probably what you need. But either way it goes, just allow it to happen naturally and organically. Don't force it. Okay? Don't force it. I don't know why I need to say that. But anyways, have a good day, evening, whatever it is. I'll see y'all on the next one. And with these love readings, no more love readings. I'm not good at them at all. Okay, bye y'all. I'm having trouble.